Chavarim, Shalom. My thoughts of today is twofold. Firstly, this is a call for volunteers, and secondly, I'd like to share with you a text responding to one of the key questions we have in this world, and which seems to be very present these days. What is God's relationship to suffering and evil? Number 1. Beit David and your community needs you. We are calling for volunteers to ease the situation of the lockdown. Friends, if you are able to call some of our members regularly, to write emails, or if necessary to even help in specific cases with the shopping, then please contact Glenys 011 783 7117 or send her a WhatsApp. But please, also, if you like to offer a talk, a presentation, or if you like to host an online meeting, if you can counsel or teach, let us know. We will help you with the technical setup if necessary, no question. We were asked if some of you can record a video how to prepare food for Pesach, and therefore we forward it to you. We forward this request to all of you. If you like to share how to make matzah balls and co, make a little video and upload it to our Beit David members group on Facebook or send it to me. It's rabbi.shell@beitdavid.org.za. We will help. Number 2. The question of why there is suffering in the world is perhaps one of the oldest questions of humanity. Organized religions in general, and in Judaism in particular, have tried to give answers to this question over the centuries. The following article by Rabbi Ariana Silverman touched my heart. It reflects my idea that God is with us, also in pain, as in times of simchas. God laughs and God weeps with us. Please listen to her words and send me your thoughts in the comments. Living in relationship with God helps me in my striving to become the person I want to be. When I'm cognizant of the inherent interconnectedness and oneness of life, when I see the divine in the other, I am dissuaded from acting in a way that ignores the oneness. I recognize that my life is not whole when another person's is broken. And I am motivated not by some future reward, but by a desire to do what is right for its own sake. However, suffering and evil clearly exists in the world. Our challenge as Jews is to determine how to respond. We may never know why suffering occurs, but we must ask what we do when suffering occurs and how what we do reflects who we are. And God is deeply involved in that process. In the vein of predicate theology, regardless of whether an interventionalist God heals the sick, healing the sick is godly. We elevate the sacred when we work towards shalom, towards wholeness. And when we are in pain, God is with us, whether we know it or not. During one of the darkest times in my life, Even though I did not necessarily believe that God had caused my pain, I was angry and feared that anger would destroy my relationship with God. At the time, God and I were barely on speaking terms. I could not pray. I had no interest in study. I questioned why I had devoted my life to a sacred but painful calling. But I realized that even in those moments of deep suffering, my relationship with God did not disappear. And no matter how sad or angry I became, a consciousness of God remained. I made a discovery that saved my faith. I realized it is perfectly okay to be angry with God. And after the cycles of screaming and silence, when I wanted to start speaking again, I was paralyzed by an inability to pray. So I thought of the teaching of Professor Lawrence Hoffman. Following his advice, I started by picking one prayer blessing to say, just one. And I stuck with it for a while, until I could say two. And as I pieced together the diversity of words we use to engage with God, I learned that God is more complex and more whole than I ever knew. And perhaps God is the power that compels us to choose life. My gratitude returned with the crocuses. After that painful winter, I was startled one day to discover shoots of green and purple emerging from the frozen ground. And I learned what it really means to pray the words Moda Ani. I felt my soul had been restored, and I was grateful. There was nothing more beautiful and breathtaking than the discovery of bursts of color and life emerging from the earth and in me. Modeh ani lefanecha, melech el chai v'kayam. Modeh ani lefanecha, melech el chai v'kayam. שחזרת בי נשמתי, בחמלה באמונתך. שחזרת בי נשמתי, בחמלה באמונתך. Keep strong, be blessed.